imagined your sister would have sided with the Abyss. Well, Paimon believes, and when the going gets tough, that she said and we won't find out what this journey. I don't. Although, where she? Oh, you mean the god that took your sister away in the first place? You're right. After all, yeah, Paimon bets she's the key to understanding this whole mystery. Well, we've ruled out 2 gods so far, the Animo and Geo Archons. So, next... Paimon doesn't think we can simply walk into Inazuma. Zhongli said it was a closed nation. We'll have to find some other way in. Why don't we ask someone from Inazuma how to gain entrance? Oh, Paimon thought of someone already! Atsuko in Liyue Harbor! She's from Inazuma! Let's see what she has to say!
Oh. Hello. Oh, I mean good fortune, right? I'm still learning to talk like a local. Is there anything I can help you with?
We wanted to ask, how do we get into Inazuma?
Oh, so that's why you're here. Well, there is a way.
Great! We came to the right person!
But the chance of success is incredibly small.
Huh. Incredibly small? Then how did you get out of Inazuma in the first place?
It was in leaving Inazuma that I found out just how dangerous this method truly was. All I had to rely on was a little wooden raft that I'd put together myself. There was a storm. After I'd escaped their clutches, I floated on the open ocean for I don't know how many days. My rations and fresh water supply soon ran out, and I remember getting to the point where I was sure I'd reached the end. Then, I blacked out. But, to my surprise, that's right.
What a
Well,
Kanju
along with the other 2 commissions, one of the obligations. Meanwhile, it doesn't feel good to. What I mean to say is, unless you have an extremely compelling reason to go to. You should know that the sea around Inazuma, and even if you did manage to find a way, you'd still have to produce the necessary documentation at the Rito Center for processing Outlanders.
Seems like they really don't want any.
They only said that, but if you really... That's not what I meant. Voyaging far...
You're right, but Paimon wonders if she...
The Alcor is the flagship of the Crux fleet. I heard that it's currently anchored by Guyun Stone Forest on a supply run. This might be your best chance.
Then there's no time to lose. Let's go find Captain Beta.
Oh, if it isn't the Traveler in Paimon. I knew you...
Paimon? What a fascinating being.
Huh? The fragrance of...
Pay it no heed. I mean,
You're not far off, but, I prefer this young man.
with this fine only if the mood takes...
Hey, you...
Oh, wait a minute.
Huh? The Crux class, there are 2 important rules. So, you've got 2. You can't take part... You must be feeling confident, but you might want to watch out. There are a few crouching tigers and hidden dragons lurking around in Liyue. And with Liyue's savior taking part in the tournament, now that's gonna turn a few heads. I think we can expect a healthy turnout this time.
But we didn't...
Well, before you dismiss... Get this.
Supplied by myself.
Is there really such thing as a master?
When a vision bearer dies, the light in their vision will fade away. But the shell that housed... As for whether this shell has any practical application, well, this remains to be seen. But my intuition...
Yep. And the way organizing the so if you don't have a vision, this is the...
Yeah, we're...
Inazuma?
Well, why didn't you say? In that case, if you win...
You just want... What are we gonna do?
Great.
It seems like it will...
Before we sign up, let's see who the other competitors are. Beto said that they had to be renowned fighters. Hello?
You bet I am. Have you put your... Well, I'd have a look. The Clash is a comp... Nobody wants...
Yeah.
Me?
Uh-huh.
What? You... Nonsense. Have you been living under a rock? It's been going on for years. There were plenty of competitors when I took part. Not to mention, I've helped the Millilith catch treasure hoarders before. They tried to sneak past me under the cover of darkness. I planted a left hook on the skinnier one. I stood my ground, of course. I'm not saying I came out completely unscathed, of course. But the fact remains that I did manage to subdue the both of them. And hand them over to the mill.
Uh-huh. But for us... All right.
I'll see you in the arena.
Hi there. Are you here for the Crux Clash too?
That's right. Nothing beats real-life combat for honing your skills. That's what our master taught us. But this tournament is...
Exactly.
This master of yours...
famous. He's the founder of the... You probably wouldn't have heard of it. It was founded quite recently. The clan is nowhere near as famous as the master himself, anyway. He's got to be a Grand Master or something. To the Ling Shan...
Force this...
It's a type of breed. For example, our master can...
One time, he sent a challenger flying into the air without lifting a finger.
It sure is, but it's extremely difficult to cultivate this ability. We've been training for ages and we're still getting to grips with the very basics. There's no way we could use it proficiently yet.
We're clear...
There's a tuition?
Of course! This is a Grand Master we're talking about here. He doesn't have time to waste. If you want face-to-face training, you've got to show you're sincere about it.
But here we are, having trained under him directly all this time without even a hint of improvement. Recently, though...
So, if we can get our hands on a vision...
Well, we have to
Exactly. Folks will come from far and wide.
See you in the...
Hey, youngster. Are you here for the Crux Clash, too? If so...
So you're also...
You better believe it. For me, obtaining a vision? No. It's not about what I want to do. This is about who I want to be. I am looking to become a perfect person. I know how that... I've passed it. In most people's, a vision.
You have so much self-confidence.
That's not important. I have a contact in the Crux fleet who was happy to vouch for me. So, they very kindly... I've also brought along a... Of course, I also Ha! Now then, if you don't mind, I need to finish my pre-competition routine. It's not too long now before you'll get to see me in action.
So, to recap, we're up against an inflated ego, some gullible guys paying way too much for their kung fu classes.
Chink's a village arm wrestling champion, huh? All right, you're signed up. Next, please. What's your name? Wait, aren't you? Did I hear that right?
Is it really them?
Huh? Aren't they a vision bearer, though? Why are they trying to enter the clash?
I have to ask, aren't you the traveler that helped Liyue fight off that ancient god? Oh, it's really him!
The one that spoke with Lady Kuching at the rite of parting.
Oh, I wonder if I can get his autograph later.
I trust you are aware that, only those without visions can enter the tournament? Really? But from what I've heard, the things you're capable of in combat are nothing short of extraordinary. You walk into the most dangerous situations imaginable, face off against all sorts of monsters, even the Fatui, and always come out on top.
Yep, he still doesn't have a vision, though. See for yourself.
My apologies. I didn't mean to be rude. I'm sure a great hero like yourself would have no reason to lie. Now, could I ask you to provide a few claims to fame? It's just a formality for you, of course, but I have to make a record of competitors' achievements as part of the sign-up process. So far, I've got defeated the ancient god Osial, so that's one. Do you have any others?
Yeah, and also a dragon, too! Put down Battle with Storm Terror.
Whoa...
Might as well declare him the champion already.
I wonder if it's too late to withdraw.
Okay, that's plenty. Right, your registration is complete. Now, a brief word about the prize. A great hero such as yourself can surely only be here for one thing. To win the tournament and claim the grand prize, namely, a vision.
Oh, we're not here for that. We're here because Captain Beidou promised to take us to Inazuma if we win the tournament.
There's another
Beidou must have upped the stakes this time to attract top talent.
But why would anyone want to go somewhere as dangerous as Inazuma?
I see. So, well, nobody expected you to sign up to a tournament like this. I can hardly believe it myself, to be honest. Anyway, the qualifying rounds are about to begin. I'll leave you to your preparation.
Hey, so even though you don't... So Paimon in any case, looking at the competition, it should still be pretty easy for you to win, even without using any elements, right? All right, it's showtime! You got this!
You seem like you're raring to go. Are you ready to compete? Good. Then please follow me into the arena.
Seems like you've got a pretty good chance of winning this thing.
Our next competitor is seen by many as the favorite to win this tournament. His first bout begins now!
Come on, let's go sign up. What a strange guy. Why was he so confident to begin with? Well, now that we've won, let's go and see Beidou. She'll probably have something to say to us.
I knew I wouldn't regret introducing you as the favorite. So, what do you think, Kazuha? He totally dominated that guy and did it with style, too.
Impressive. But I also observed our favorite exercise some restraint, as if to protect the opponent from serious harm.
Well, I've fought my fair share of battles, both big and small. And I say, after the show he put on just now, he's more than convinced me of his ability. So, come on.
All right. You fought well.
All right, then. I was thinking your inner poet might want to join in the fun, but I guess I shouldn't put you on the spot like that. You know, A lot of competitors came to me saying how surprised they were that Liyue's hero was entering the tournament. And since you signed up, we've had many others do the same, with more than a few top-tier fighters among them. I'm sure lots of them... Well, since everyone sees you as the one to beat, I figure I should start treating you that way too. For one thing, we don't want you wasting all your energy in the early rounds fighting people who are well below your level. Not to mention, you must be itching to fight someone in your league too, right? So,
Huh? But we only just started the qualifiers. Seems like a crazy system if we just skip straight to the semifinals.
This is how Captain Beto works. You won't persuade her otherwise. Besides, at your level, you would have made it to the semifinals anyway.
Huh. To be fair, Paimon was thinking that too.
Alright, I'm gonna watch some more of the tournament. If there's any potential contenders for you out there, I want to know who they are and what they're about. We're finally here, folks. The real show is about to begin.
The captain seems to have high hopes for this tournament. I have not seen her so excited in quite some time. Your opponent has fought many rounds to get to the semifinals. You may well be... Very well.
Alright,
Your opponent in the semifinals is new to the Crux Clash, but he has quickly become the dark horse of the tournament. I do not doubt your ability.
Relax, my guys.
Okay.
At last, the moment we've all been waiting for. The semifinals have begun. Who's it gonna be this time? The hero or the dark horse?
I don't care about the prize. You're a strong opponent. That's what I'm here for. I'm sweating all over. It's a good feeling. Congratulations. I was beaten by the best. I need to train.
Right! If you had a fish...
I wanted a Division 1, but mine, I lost interest. I've fought and...
Huh?
No, I didn't. Only in defeat can you understand your weaknesses and learn from them. So...
Wow! Now that's true strength talking.
If you have the chance in the future...
By the way...
Whether they'll be as tough, so don't get...
There he goes. Maybe we should ask around, see what we can find out about her...
Ah, it's you! I watched your match. What a stunning performance. I myself was eliminated in the third round. Shame. If only I could have advanced one more round.
Maybe next time, huh? By the way, do you happen to know who else advanced to the final round?
Why, yes. He's the same one who defeated me. He is a formidable opponent, quick on his feet and swift to take advantage of his opponent's missteps. I faltered for but a brief moment, but before I knew it, he had me on the floor. Given my stature, I have no fear of squaring off with physically strong opponents. But faced with a nimble, agile opponent such as him, I found myself completely out of my league. Still, I'm sure he'll be no match for you.
Hey there! Well, where did the other guy go?
He tried to use force dispersal to deflect a punch, but instead he took it straight to the nose. His opponent was pretty freaked out by it. He kept asking him, "Why didn't you dodge?" But he was pretty much out cold by that point and couldn't reply. "Why don't you dodge?" they ask. Because to not... Don't even get me started. I spent all my energy helping him get from here to the boat to take him back to the harbor. But by the time I got back, my scheduled match time had already passed and I had to forfeit. I don't dare tell my master about this. Otherwise, I'd never hear the end of it. Sorry, I shouldn't be complaining in front of you like this. I'm afraid I'm still a bit out of sorts at the moment, so I probably won't be able to help you with whatever you were here to ask me about.
Oh, alright then. Hope your buddy makes the swift recovery. Hang in there.
Thanks.
We still haven't got any useful information yet. Maybe...
You gave an outstanding performance. Truly commendable. I could sense that you're not familiar with bouts of this kind. But you were quick to adapt. And in fact, I discern...
He's right. I guess not using your elemental power.
We wanted to ask him...
Not exactly. As for the guy What's the matter? Worried that you've bitten off more than you can...
If that is the case, then I have a proposal for you. I haven't properly introduced myself yet. In the land of Inazuma, I was a wandering samurai.
Yeah, we could tell that from your getup. But at the same time, when you talk, you don't really sound like someone who's used to waving a sword around.
It is true that I am versed both in literary and martial traditions. But I do not mean to flaunt, given your talent.
Hang on.
Gathering intelligence, besides our favorite...
You betcha. Wait a...
However, come with me. Now that we're alone, let me cut to the heart of the matter. You are skilled in manipulating the elements, and not just a single element, but multiple. Is that correct?
Paimon knew that you were hinting at something from the moment we met. You've known all along.
That's right. If the other contenders were to catch wind of your elemental abilities, let's just say... it would cause some unwanted misunderstanding. If I'm not mistaken, since a young age, it is things of this...
As crazy as...
My humble ability to think a human could wield, and not to mention...
Hey, stop it!
Could you perchance enlighten me as to how... So then, might I...
Aw, it's been a long... Honestly, you...
Perhaps such on... However, I still wish... Of course, I too should... Now then, let's test your skills.
Quietly now.
Time for takeoff.
Disappear!
Your skills in battle are truly beyond reproach. Even with your opponent's speed, he shouldn't be able to overwhelm you. Your opponent is skilled at controlling his breathing and maintaining balance, which enables him to execute moves that many would find impossible. He relies entirely on the element of surprise to defeat his opponents. In other words, as long as you remain mindful of his ability to detect please, save your thanks. The world is a
You seem...
I desire to... And what My apology for allowing me the honor of witnessing... So that's what you're curious about? As you well know, visions are in the outset. Not to mention...
She sounds less...
As far as I know, she is an Archon that pursues eternity. She will relentlessly carry out her will with no regard to what others may think or feel. Liyue's contracts are meant to benefit all who reside with... It goes without saying that the people locked within...
Sounds a lot like something the god you encountered in the beginning.
Oh? Have you encountered... With time, if you wish to find her, she will forever be there. There will come a day when...
Oh, right!
If you have no other matters to attend to, then we can return. Very well.
Why isn't he here yet? Never mind. We can start by making your entrance first. Everyone, listen up! Your attention, please! We've reached the climax of the Crux Clash! We've seen many. Now, I'd like to introduce. He strikes. Wow! I'm sure. But today's. As for our other. Oh, come on. Apologies! Everyone just sit tight. They've got no other choice.
Wait a moment. Captain Beto, Traveler.
Let me see. It's gone all right. The vision is missing.
Huh? Did somebody steal it? Who would dare do such a thing in broad daylight?
We don't know when it was taken exactly. I never thought that someone here would have the guts to cross Captain Beto.
No need to worry. Even the craftiest sleight of hand does not escape nature's watchful gaze. The culprit has only acted recently. The vision was the prize that I had offered, and it was my responsibility to look after it. I will be certain to get it back.
Well, I'll stay here.
If you would, please come with me. Come with me. I can...
Huh? A wind current?
The winds have come at an opportune moment. Let's seize this chance. Ride the winds upward. From there, we can continue our search for clues.
By the way, what made you suddenly think of checking the price in the first place?
I heard it the moment it was stolen.
Well, then why didn't you stop him?
You'll see, shortly.
Don't get frostbite. Cool it. Now it's wind blade. With the wind.
The winds are guiding us forward. The culprit is on the opposite shore now.
You can hear that too? What does it sound like?
Hubris. This way. Follow me. There may be an ambush waiting for us up ahead, but I trust that you are well prepared for such a scenario.
Hoarders, they're here! Get them!
Treasure hoarders, just as I expected. In which case, please stand back.
Windblade!
The hunter.
You're open!
The hunter.
Disappear!
Picked the wrong test subject.
Here we go. Yeah.
You caught up with me? How is that possible? I had even prepared...
No boat could ever match the speed of the...
The wind? What are you talking about? Oh, I get it. Your vision. Drat! If I only had a vision. Or, if I could activate this one, then you'd never be able to catch me.
This has nothing to do with visions. You may be skilled at vanishing from a crowd, but it seems you know precious little about how to conceal yourself from nature's gaze. Additionally, your chosen escape route was flawed for reasons. In other words...
You
but most disappointing. It appears that the vision...
Fine! Fine! I've had my eyes on... I'd intended, after watching the since there was no use, I was convinced I prepared thoroughly... Dread. I know an empty fine.
You know, according to... Huh? Not to mention that it seems that it would...
Whoa, whoa, we don't...
I never would have guessed you could be so cruel. If this is where talking gets me, then forget it. I'll risk a fight.
What are you trying to do?
Think you can get away? Game's up. Time's over.
No, no. Do what you want, but please, don't brand my forehead, please!
He has persevered to the bitter end, and now death looms near. Yet still the gods do not bestow their favor upon him. Put down the vision and leave. I've changed my mind. No further punishment for you.
Huh?
What's wrong? Are you asking for more punishment? It's up to you. Such willingness is commendable, and fits...
No, no!
Huh?
I take no pleasure in frightening others. When people are forced into a corner, that is when their greatest strength... But unfortunately, nothing happened. Yes, from the moment I've tried, though few tales, after seeing you... Come, why don't you give... I see. No matter. This...
Yeah, what's the story behind this vision anyway?
The story begins with an old friend. He was once a good friend of mine. One day he asked me about a sword art of which he had heard, the Musono Hitotachi. I told him it can only be witnessed when divine punishment is administered. It is the pinnacle of the Raiden Shogun's skill, a symbol of ultimate power. But he replied, there must be one who can withstand it. There will always be those who dare to brave the lightning's glow. Then, the Vision Hunt decree arrived. People's aspirations were stripped away as the Raiden Shogun began to construct her ideal of eternity. While I was fleeing from place to place, I heard that my friend had challenged the Vision Hunters to a duel before the throne. A solemn yet brutal challenge. The defeated face divine punishment, while the victors gain a second chance. Perhaps he thought he of all people should make a stand. Coming face to face with the Musono Hitotachi was all that he truly desired, after all. When I arrived at Tenshukaku, the duel was over. I heard his sentence of divine punishment, his severed blade hitting the ground. Perhaps that was the glory he had yearned to witness. In his last moments, what expression was on his face? Before I knew it, I had stepped forward and snatched the dying vision and was running from the scene. All I knew was that I mustn't let his hope, which burned so brightly, become buried among the ice-cold statue of a god. Perhaps one day I may come, but as a wandering samurai, I find meaning.
Kazuha!
It's just another way of saying I do as I please. All right then, it's time we returned. Allow me to gather the...
Huh? Did Beta leave already? Maybe she went back to her ship.
If you're looking for the captain, it seems that the Captain Beta was muttering. But still...
The one who stole the... He knew he stood no... In which case...
Huh? If that...
Paimon thought we...
It doesn't matter. As the saying goes.
Yes, I believe... But the voyage to... In fact, the
Hold on a second.
Let us not forget that... Suffice it to say that if... In the meantime...
Paimon believes you'll find a way for sure.
Thank you. One final word of...
Yeah. Ad Astra Abyssosk. What can I do for you, traveler? Ah, yes. I've heard that you've already made arrangements with the captain of the Crux fleet regarding your passage to Inazuma. Is that correct? Now that I think about it, it's been quite some time since I last visited those lands. Unfortunately, I don't have any current intel that would be worth sharing with you.
There you are. You're the traveler that Beidou will be taking to Inazuma, right? Oh, is that right? The fleet is nearly completed reprovision. Captain Beidou sent me to come get you. We'll weigh anchor as soon as you're aboard.
Seems Beidou is the captain of her word.
Of course! There are many things that the captain insists upon. I'm sure you'll see for yourself once you're on board.
So you'll be heading off then? Whether the journey before you leads to the heights of the heavens or the depths of the abyss, each step you... Until we meet again, Ad Astra...
Oh, it's kind of hard to say goodbye now.
Well, if that's how you feel...
So there's another...
Well, I guess it's...
Okay, thanks for coming up.
Just following...
Ah, you finally made it. All these years, come rain or storm, the Crux fleet has never suffered a delay. Well, now that everyone's here, we set sail for the land.
Anchors away!
Ahoy there. Made it. You sure kept me waiting, Captain. And it appears we have a couple...
You can blame your... Oh, the fleet was full. Now then, let me introduce...
You don't...
Toma, these two...
Oh, no need for introductions.
Toma's resided on Rito. If you run into any problem... Good.
All right.
Until next time, traveler.
Pharisees!
Now then, first things first. So we have to play by the rules. Even...
Here! Take this! Here!
Hello? Please. You must be. Excuse me? Please provide. Currently, only. My apologies, but.
Here are their entry papers.
What?
I see.
So...
The Outlander, they only check.
Sheesh.
Well, as the word suggests, Outlanders aren't very welcome in Inazuma, not even on Rito, where they've I like how you... Now, let's head over to the Outlander. Most of the current rules were put in place by the administration of Rito, the conjure...